Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again. It's your boy Craig Kenyon,
And it's your boy Cook.
and it's another episode of But What Do I Know? Yo, it's a lot going on right now, so I ain't even gonna beat around the bush, bro. We about to dive straight in and get straight to it. Hopefully y'all doing good out there. Like always, man, we appreciate y'all tapping in and tuning in with us. But yeah, no further ado, bro. Let's get straight to it. So first off, you feel me? Today, all of the NBA games, I think it's everybody's game five. So all the game fives for today were postponed. It started out with Milwaukee a little bit later, a little bit earlier in the day. And then it kind of got started based on people kind of being on the fence. I think they interviewed the Pacers or another team, but basically they was like, yeah, we were contemplating not playing. And then later on in the day, that's when we seen that it was pretty much the Milwaukee Bucks, first starting it out. And then the league followed suit, and then everybody got on the same page, which was really good to see. But if those of y'all that don't know what's going on. All of that matriculated and started to unfold because of a situation that occurred earlier this week with a man by the name of Jacob Blake, a black man who was unarmed, and in the video footage released, basically showing how he was trying to go back to his car, and he was shot 7 times in the back by a police officer, and there was no evidence of a weapon or anything like that around. Just the ultimate force of aggression. You feel me? And just one of those familiar situations that's just way too familiar.
Way too familiar
within our communities. And you feel me? And it was an immediate uproar, as it should be about the whole situation. Thank God he's alive and well.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yes. Well, I won't even say well because that man is paralyzed right now from the waist down, from what I've seen. So I believe his father came out and made that statement, or his brother. I can't recall, but he is alive and here with us. However, I do believe he is paralyzed from the waist down.
But it was key because let's be real, man. Those cops were shooting to kill.
Absolutely.
So for Jacob to still be alive, you know what I mean, and well, honestly. Not to his exact, state, but his life is more important than being able to do all the other things.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, man, I'm just glad to see him at least alive.
Yeah, me too. And the thing is, we don't see that. It's over. You feel me? It's rest in peace. So just to have him here, and he's in a position now where he can tell his side of the story. There's no guessing on what was he doing. Like, y'all about to find out. He's gonna tell y'all exactly what happened.
Right.
And it's what we already know, because regardless of even if he make a statement or not, we've seen examples of police officers use restraint on people who have just committed acts of violence, and they show restraint in arresting those individuals. But when it seems to come to black and brown individuals in this country, there's an extra level of aggression, and you feel me? And it's to a point where, and it's been to a point where, as a black man or a black woman, you feel a certain way when you interact with the police, who are supposedly supposed to be here to protect and serve. So I really am proud of the NBA, man, and how they kind of rallied together and took a stand.
Players?
Yeah, the players, absolutely. Because Chris Paul, I know he's the NBPA, part of Players Association, and he's the guy that kind of first of all, was the one that was in the rooms having the conversations on the players' behalf as far as them going back into the bubble and playing.
Okay.
Them some being conflicted about it, especially like players like Kyrie, things like that, who didn't want to go because they felt like, no, there's something more important going on as far as like what we want to achieve in this country. as far as all rights.
And he called that out early.
Early in the game, because he was actually trending today.
Okay.
Based on that fact, like this was exactly what Kyrie was talking about. Like that's why he didn't want to play, and so I don't feel like there was a right or wrong decision in that. Like, you know, if you wanted to play the game, like that's you know, you have every right to do that because you can do both. And like we've been seeing, they have done both. They've implemented it into the games. It's on the courts. It's messages on the back of jerseys, interviews.
And that's why it was really that important to be able to put a stop to it all.
Yeah.
If we gonna be that bold to put that on the court, you know what I mean, then we gonna have to really stand behind it.
Absolutely, bro. And that's the thing. So it's cause you was talking about a tweet earlier where somebody was like, you know, it's hella bold to watch months and months of Black Lives Matters protests and things like that based on this very fact, and for you to still be in a situation where you decided to pull your trigger seven times into somebody's back,
then you can clearly understand where their state of mind
absolutely
is.
Absolutely.
It is.
And what was even more sick, a 17-year-old, I don't even know his name. I really could care fucking less about his name. He went and they were protesting last night, and he was there with his AR-15, and from the video, you can see a group of people like kind of trying to run him down, and they're like, "What's up? What's going on? What's going on?" And they're like, I could just hear somebody in the background like, "Yo, he just shot somebody," and I seen somebody throw something at him, and then they all kind of try to like get on him, jump him real quick. So from there, he start firing off in the crowd, start trying to shoot at people, and to my knowledge, he's injured one individual and killed 2 people that night, bro. And he went and he drove from. He's not even from there. This is in Wisconsin, by the way. He's from Illinois. He drove from Illinois to go down there to stand with the police and be on their side and cause disruption. And so you feel me? He went into that whole situation with an agenda. But what was so wicked and what had people even more fired up today is that man, as soon as he got done doing it, this is rolling footage, same video.
Right.
As soon as he got done doing that, shooting people, they in the streets laying there, dead or injured. He walks up to the police, basically mini tanks and vans and everything else. Hands up, he got the AR-15 across his chest, his hands is up, and they drive right past him.
And they drive right by him.
They don't even acknowledge him, bro.
Because he's not a threat to them. They see another teammate.
Exactly, but it was just so sickening how it was a perfect example, because we talk about I forget his last name, but Dylan something who went and shot up that church.
Oh yeah.
And killed all those people in church, and how they stopped and got him fucking Burger King and shit. Like, so you know, that was one example, and there's plenty of other examples of, you know, police not using excessive force when it comes to arresting individuals that look like them. Let's keep it honest. So that was that happening in the protest with that, and just seeing verbatim right there in our faces, bro, during that very protest, we seen exactly what we're protesting about.
Right.
So now it's like, are y'all putting y'all split down to take a stand on where y'all stand at? Like, are y'all letting us know something?
And that's where I took when I seen this. To me, it was a underlying way of just pretty much saying, like, we declared war, and you know, we not gonna really publicly say it. We not gonna get out here and do all that, but this is what it is. Because if you can see how, you know, Jacob was shot 7 times from the angle that I seen it, which is from the angle everybody's seen it, and you still stand with the cops, and you still stand with the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The elites, that shit, that's foul, and that means that you have a condition that we really can't unwind. I mean, you know, and I don't put limitations on anything, but it's like, that's blatant. We can't. The only next thing we can do is just bring it to your home. And so, yeah, it's kind of deep.
Yeah, bro, it's really deep, and it's so saddening because you see so many people today on ESPN, Chris Webber. They showed a video of Doc Rivers talking about what was going on, and you see the frustration in the eyes swelled up, red, just fired up because you as a black men, we can understand, you feel me, and feel that pain that just resonates from, you feel me, truly in your heart, having no hate, no grudge, just really just wanting the best for your people and your family. And every single day there's so many hurdles you have to jump through just based on the color of your skin, bro.
Because that's where it lies. It doesn't matter how much money you have. I mean, it kind of depends on how much recognition you have in the world. If people recognize you and know who you are, if you're somebody famous, but a dollar amount in those circumstances, it don't.
But
matter.
that's how I say. That's exactly it. Like, even in the situations where you are tolerated and accepted, is usually in an exchange of service.
Absolutely.
So that's why if people weren't in these certain positions, it's like, and that's what's important to realize. If LeBron James never dribbled a basketball,
right,
how is he perceived by the police when he get pulled over?
A 6'8", 260 black male from Akron.
Exactly. And even Stephen A., he was telling the story about how he was on his way to I think he had his daughter in the car. It was I think he was on his way to drop her off at school or something around those ranges. Basically, he was talking about how he got pulled over. Police officer was ultra aggressive off the rip. Like, hey officer, how you, like, don't talk back to me. Show me your ID. Going that hard on him. And then another officer pulled up. 4 squad cars pulled up after they pulled him over.
Right.
And then one of them went up to the window and was like, oh, and then kind of walked away and then pulled the other cop over and basically was like, that's Stephen A. Let's reel it in. And so he came back, gave him my ID and said, hey, are you free to go? Have a good day. You know what I mean? So it's just like, in the situations where we are tolerated, it's because of the exchange of service and what we can do. And that's why I feel like there is power in what the NBA players have done, because we are the influencers of this world.
Right.
We are the creators. So in sports, in entertainment,
right,
in any field, bruh, if we stepped away and was like, we're not going to provide that anymore until y'all really accept and make this shit even kill for everybody, with us included.
Yeah.
We gonna step away and take our shit, and this shit gonna be in house.
Facts.
And then if that's what it takes to get that kind of reaction, because to get out, and that's the point Stephen A. had made. That was great, because it was like, there's no games today, so the network lost money. So that means the NBA lost money. So that means the players lost money. So you feel me? It just all trickled down. So you start to affect people's pockets, and that's honestly how you get motherfuckers' attention in this country. Honestly, because it's just like, when you start messing with people's money and you start messing with their livelihood, that's when people start acting like they want to pay attention. So I'm just glad that we kind of putting our foot down, holding the position, and really just trying to not let go of the wheel. You feel me? The job is not done. The job is far from done. We actually just getting started. So it's just good to see, people not giving up. And by people, I mean black people. You feel me? Not giving up. Putting our foot down and making sure we're heard when these situations arise.
Not for real.
Absolutely. So I like what the NBA did, man, and I tip my hat. And like I said in earlier episodes, the NBA is setting the bar for how a league I feel like should be ran.
Absolutely.
Especially with so many minorities in your league, and just having the openness, let people have their platform to speak in. You know what I mean? So I really don't overlook that, because when you look at the NFL, you want to look at the MLB and things like that, things of those natures. They looking. They would never.
They looking confused over
like,
there.
What's going on?
Right.
They really running the league over there, but it's like, nah, the NBA is ahead of the game.
Exactly.
This is our future. This is the world. We at a point where we unapologetically black.
Absolutely.
And we not going back on that, and we not going to let nobody disrespect that, bro.
Yeah.
And we all gonna rally behind each other whenever these situations occur. And Lord forbid they gotta occur anymore. But yeah, we're not just gonna walk away and be quiet. And as y'all see, people are getting fed up. And that's what's important to realize is that it's getting to a point where, all right, we tired of talking to y'all. Oh, we tired of talking. We tired of explaining. We tired of trying to get y'all to even sit at the table, let alone have a conversation.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. When people get in survival mode and they get desperate, that's what y'all don't wanna see. So, you know, it's been centuries, 400 years plus, bruh, of our plight. So at some point, you feel me? You know, when they talk about the meek shall inherit the earth. This is what they talking about. You feel me?
This is what it's about.
So it's gonna be either get with it or get ate the fuck up.
Yeah, because it's gonna happen regardless, man. We on the takeover. You know what I mean? Like Uncle Baby said, niggas fed up and now we coming back for everything. You feel me?
Facts. But just to hit it on a lighter note, you know, we just wanted to definitely recognize that, use the platform to make sure we acknowledge what's going on in the world right now. That's what the whole platform is for, man. Just make sure we had those conversations and you know, have those conversations from our perspective. You know, get our voices heard.
Right.
And you know, make sure y'all tap in and leave y'all's feedback in the comments and let us know what y'all think about what's going on. But I did want to kind of end it on a lighter note. You know, we ain't gonna take too much of y'all's time, but I did want to, you know, kind of switch it up, end on a lighter note, end on an up tempo. Nas just dropped a new album called King's Disease.
Okay.
And I tapped into it, and I think it's definitely fire, and I think it's definitely perfect for you know, for the times. You know, it's definitely a lot of like messaging and symbolism, and you know, just black empowerment. And you know, Nas always been on that tip, so we ain't gonna act like it's nothing new for him. But you know, it was just really some a breath of fresh air. You feel me, musically, just to kind of hear that. Cause trust me, I love a vibe. I don't mind no club song at all. But you know, when you can get something that really, you know, I feel like give you some gems for some real life shit. That's you know, you can't go wrong with that.
And that's what this album did. It definitely gave you just number gems left and right.
Facts.
You know, just different ways of just how to think. What a dude with a dream, you know what I mean, a goal, and even having money and being able to navigate through your hood and you know, right. Like it was
exactly. And the important thing I like that he talked about it too is just, you feel me, being the king and
right.
And King's Disease and because he was on Breakfast Club, and, you know, he kind of went into, you know, why he named the album what he named it, but and of course it's multi-layered because for me it's Nas, like that shit gonna be complex, but
right.
Yeah, just basically you know, as you carry yourself as a king, some of the things that you also have to watch for that also come from you, the overindulgence and some of the luxuries of life, you feel me? And how that can also be a negative, even if you're talking about not something in the physical, but just even something in your mental, and just certain things that can swallow you up and kind of be the sword you land on, at the same time being the thing that got you there. How that's something you gotta find that balance within and circumvent. And honestly, that comes to like the ego. You feel me? And navigating the ego and killing it and just keeping the ego in check. And then when I say ego, of course, I'm not talking about, you feel me, like cocky and, you know, having bravado and stuff like that. But just, you know, your ego is, when I say ego, I'm thinking more so in terms of like Sigmund Freud and talking about the super ego and id and, you feel me, things like that, and how, you know, it's your ego is basically how you want people to perceive you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what I mean, and just, you know, the energy and the things that go in there. And a lot of times you see people's ego it actually excel them into successful places.
Right.
But at that top, at that mountain peak, you get stagnant, and a lot of negative things can occur. because and that's what he addresses as the king's disease. Because at that top, at that stature, things occur based on being there that you can kind of, if you're not careful, be consumed by. So I was like, that's powerful, and I really like that, because it's one thing to talk about getting there, getting to the top, and everything that come with that, but just when you there, it's not done. The work is never finished.
Never. No, but you're right though, and as black men, we have to be aware of that, especially being in the mindset of ownership and controlling our life and the board. So it's a great guide to actually listen to and really pick up little gems. But he also, one of the things that I picked up too is that just the protection of women. How we have to stand.
I've seen that. I heard that a lot.
Stand behind our women in there, man, because that's the key.
We have to. We have to protect our black women, man. And I say this all the time, and I mean it with all my heart. You feel me? Like, a woman is the closest thing to God on this earth, bro. Period. And we gotta protect them by any means necessary, especially our black women, man. They are truly divine and beautiful, man, and that's what it's about. It's just about changing that narrative, because especially in the black community, the narrative is the black man isn't a part of the home. The black man doesn't care about the black women, and
right.
It's to each his own, and then that's completely not true, man. It's a lot of kings out there that's about protecting our queens, bro, and I love the fact that Nas was, it was all through the album. It wasn't just like one song talking about it. It was like, it was just all through there. You could tell that's something really on his heart, something that he has acknowledged, and that's the growth of his journey, and putting that message out there.
Man, like you said, like what I loved about the album, it had a storyline to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like you said, throughout the whole album, he spoke of that. He just spoke of other things to be aware of and watch, because it's all there. You know what I mean? And your success and the next person's success, it's really nothing too different. You're just gonna see a couple different things and how it happens, but it's all the same.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's just tap into if you ain't checked it out.
Yeah, for sure. Check that out.
And tap into Young Dolph, man. Rich Slave.
Is it fire?
Fire, bro. He got hits on there.
Bro, yeah. It's crazy because I actually, it's like some artists I don't really like. I've never really sat down and listened to, but the stuff I hear from them, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's fire. Like I definitely I'll mess with that. Bro. So like, Young Dolph is one of those people where he got a lot of songs where I'm like, yeah, he going crazy.
You
like,
feel me?
You feel me? So I'm gonna tap into that, because I've been just trying to, you feel me, like kind of step out and kind of listen to different stuff. You feel me? Just get some different vibes. But you feel me? I'm gonna definitely tap into that, because I know Big Sean, he got his album coming out soon.
Okay.
He just released a track with his first single off there with Nipsey Hussle. So I gotta tap into that, because I really haven't heard the song, that song either. But I really wanna.
That's gonna be fire.
Yeah, I already know it's fire. So because I seen him on Twitter kind of talking about how, certain people at the label and stuff like that. I was like, I don't know if you should lead with that song first off your thing. And he went ahead and did it and teased it and went ahead and put it out, and been getting a lot of love for it. So he's like, I just gotta trust myself.
Bro, listen, I say it all the time. How in the hell is other people that like they got ownership, but they're controlling the board of our culture? And they don't know what's gonna work, because they're not really consuming the shit. So yeah, like we gotta trust our gut, and that's
and they're not a part of the culture either.
That's what I'm saying.
You finance it and you make shit happen as far as musically, but just to just like sit in the culture and just sit down with your brothers and sisters and really know what's going on the street level, like anybody would know. You got a song with Nip.
Put it out.
Put that shit out.
Put it out first. Like
everybody. We want as much Nip as we can, because we already feel like we lost him too soon.
We know we lost him.
We did, exactly. So yeah, man, that was a dub. I'm gonna definitely tap into it, because I'm
culture vultures, man.
That's exactly what that shit is, for real.
Shout out Dave, man. If you see this, man, you already know.
Facts, but yeah, man. So but yeah, other than that, we're gonna wrap it up. We don't want to keep this episode too long, but we definitely wanted to tap in, kind of speak on what was going on As you see, we on a whole brand new platform. We got the video going, and we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep expanding the show and keep adding and, keep diversifying. So, like always, you got a new platform you can find us on. You can find us on the tube now, boy, do I know.
Yeah.
As well as, we still on Anchor, we still on Apple Podcasts, and we still got that going too as well, man. So we're going to keep growing. Make sure you hit us up because, what we want to do, since you can see us now, you feel me? You got some merchandise. You want to get your shirt on. You want to, you want to put your company on. You want us to use your products. You want to give us a cover for the Mac. Or, give us a new mug to sip the wine or the Henny out of.
Anything, though, for real.
Anything, you feel me? Just link with us, you feel me? Because at the end of the day, we want to help, not only grow our platform, but, help the community, all those that tune in and listen to us, build their brand too and, put the stuff out there. You feel me? I'm not saying we got 1 billion views or nothing right now, but, it's still important, getting that visual aspect and putting it on and, watching the shirt fit on my body, that'll make it go crazy. So
Nah, but the 1 million views is on the way. The takeoff is on the way. So go ahead and just jump on board now. Be a real supporter. Let's get it.
Talk to us nice. But yeah, man, with no further ado, man, we appreciate y'all tapping into us, every week. Like always, this is the beginning of season 3, episode 1 with the video popping. So like always, man, we appreciate y'all. It's your boy Kenyon.
And it's your boy Cook.
And we out.
Go.
Yeah.